What's up, niggers? It's Panic coming live from the bed. Nah, I felt like shit, man. I gotta do a live from the bed. Get into the energy. Shout out to Panic on the other side. I just wanna do... What's up?
Can I use your chair?
I don't care. You shut the door?
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm in the bed, laying down. I'm about to leave. I'm like fully dressed in the bed type shit. And I was thinking about how nothing really, man. I wasn't really thinking about anything. I had like a headache, so I was forced to kind of like lay down and drink some tea. And then this message came to me about how life and the energy is on the planet. And you gotta really like think about this shit and really have some type of understanding and understanding about the spiritual stuff. Me personally, I kind of came up off of Panic like many of us did, right? Listening to his lectures with Mrs. Blue for hours on end. And the information was just so transformational. And I never heard nobody articulate words in such a fashion that opened up my mind in such a way that really changed the whole trajectory of my life and my consciousness and overall disposition on who I was as a black person, as a black man in the United States. And everybody associated with him, to Aleem Bay and Know the Ledge Media and Bobby Hemmett and Phil Valentine and everything in reference to all of the shit that they had going on. And that opened up my mind to more metaphysical concepts beyond black spirituality. Oh shit, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to say that out loud. Yeah, I went into other areas of spirituality outside of what they were actually presenting. And, you know, when you talk about knowledge, it's infinite. So it brought me to a certain space and time. This was around like 2009. Let's say 2008, 9, 10, 11, right? And then we go into 2012, right? And the Mayan prophecies. And that shit was crazy. You had to be there. To be conscious in 2012, you more or less felt like that the world and everything was over, pretty much, right? It was just the stock market crashed in 2008. Barack Obama was a president. He was a black president, but didn't do nothing for black people. Like, shit was crazy. Niggas was working in factories and shit. Like, niggas was really having a hard time. I mean, for most people, you know what I'm saying? For most people, some people were doing well, but the majority of people were struggling. And then 2012, shit got worse, right? Meaning that ain't nothing happened, or did it, right? It was a specific understanding in 2012 that this planet was over. This world was over. And Bobby Hemmett's voice was so strong and so powerful that you might have thought you could have heard Bobby speak and lecture like he lectured forever. But we knew something was weird when Bobby Hemmett stopped talking altogether, right? In 2012, right? 2011, 2012, bruh just stopped talking, right? Like talking in general, right? And when he did talk, in 2012, came out a video, Brother Panic and Bobby Hemmett, he wasn't the same person. So that was that. But overall, what we don't know about, like, the world and the planet, what they trying to show us, and Loki, like, if you watch Loki, season 1, season 2, the season finale is Thursday. You niggas better watch that shit, because they telling you what time the dead is. So the planet, like, the shit is over, right? But our consciousness cannot comprehend certain aspects such as death. So what would happen is if like you blew up or something like that, or just imagine everybody in this chat have had ones in the chat. If you had a near death experience where you was like, damn, I could have died in that instance, or some type of situation where you was like, damn, I could have died in a certain type of space, right? Ones in the chat if you ever experienced something like that, where you come to a space where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. Well, in a certain aspect, if that has ever happened to you, if you look at Marvel Comics and Marvel Cinematic Universe, they tell you that possibly in an alternate timeline or a parallel universe, what you thought could have happened actually did happen. But since your consciousness is so advanced, you will then become a variant or another aspect of your consciousness, because certain entities and energies live in parallel universes and multi-level universes. And it was like, oh, Kyrie, you sound so far-fetched right now. How would I ever be able to perceive all of these various parallel universes and things of that nature? Well, the answer would be very, very simple. In your dreams. Now, another person would say, ha, I don't dream. And I would double back and say, if you were under an EKG monitor, it would show that you actually do dream. You just don't remember it because you're too preconditioned of what's happening in the waking world. Like when you look at the waking world, you're like, oh my God, whatever is happening on the waking world is so important that when I actually do dream, when I'm dreaming about shit, is not actually me in another parallel universe or alternate dimension. So what is being happening is a sacred timeline and multiple different timelines. What we know as the sacred timeline has been over since 2012, and they showed you that in Marvel Comics with the blip. Why is Marvel important? Because where do Marvel shoot their movies at? In Atlanta. Of many places throughout the world, but one of their headquarters is in Atlanta. That's where the Avengers was actually, Black Panther and all of that was shot at in Atlanta. What is all of this talking about? This is talking about time traveling, time in general, and black people in the overall understanding of magic. Because when you watch Loki is a god amongst other things and other people, to which our story has been given to us and told to us. First, like, I gotta say that loud with emphasis, because a nigga will be talking about shit that he know or don't know, but in reference to everything that you know, you have been taught it. The facts of the matter is, you can create whatever reality that you want to create because you are a god and you create the story. The problem is when you start creating a story, you're going to have to start fighting against people, i.e. whoever superheroes be fighting against in these damn movies and things of that nature. Everything you have been taught has been given to you by someone else. And whatever they imagine to be true is what you then now project into your reality. So if we were ever to deal with an absolute truth, the absolute truth is time and space, where you are in this present moment. There is no emotion and feelings in that. However, most people will load up their present moment with thoughts and emotions, to which they can't reflect on the true energy, which is time and space. Certain things such as like mounds speak to this. Burial grounds, cemeteries speak to this. Where most waking, like you don't have a real purpose to go to a cemetery or a mound, so you wouldn't necessarily go. But if you want to understand a thing called geomancy or magic of the earth, which is working with time and space, that's what these white people do in this world. They work with time and space. Where's Washington, D.C.? It's at a specific coordinates of specific energies it was people there before who knew about the time and space, about the grids. See, you could study Ross Ben to understand what I'm talking about, where he talks about know your mound. Right. What is it? It's like Parliament Funkadelic. I can't even remember. But he got a book about mounds. It's real good. And I interviewed the brother. Now I feel stupid. But in reference to that, space and time is all happening at the same moment. Whatever we think is death is an illusion. When you actually die, you'll just jump into another timeline. You won't necessarily know. And this is the basic energy of where we're at. This shit is over. Like, you gotta actually look at and listen to and deal with people in their element to understand that this shit is over. Right? The things that people know and understand at this point, based upon the shit that they learning in school, is much different from your understanding in reality. So when you talking to some people, your realities is going to clash. And it's like, well, what I think to be true and what you think to be true is actually true. There is no overall objective truth when this shit is over. It's young children who think about, not even young children, but teenagers, 15-year-olds, gonna have more money than me and you ever gonna have because they understand basic language. Like, they rap's not even complicated, but they just understand rhythm and tone. Millionaires. That's Mr. Potato Head. My son, he be drawing, my youngest son, he be drawing these like figures. And I had like this vision of a Mr. Potato Head, and I ain't tell nobody. And then he just came home. Well, he just came in my room one day and he drew the potato head. And I got the download on who the potato head was. But I'm like, how this little boy know what a potato head is? These potato head energies is powerful, working with Obatala and like sweet potatoes and regular potatoes and stuff like that. Like, that's some real power. That's another point. So another thing about all of this particular spiritual mumbo jumbo is that, man, this shit's so powerful because this world don't even really exist, bro. This time and energy, it don't really exist. And the spells and rituals you do actually gonna work. Actually gonna work. Like you talk about the veils is this and that and all of that, man. We've been so conditioned to think and act in such a way that's like out of alignment with our truth, our personal truth. We so conditioned to worry about what's happening over there and what's happening with them, and we don't understand what's happening with us. You exist on multiple timelines at this particular moment right now. So wherever your consciousness at is just the master timeline. It's just he who remains, right? The more of like the more dense aspect of yourself. But it's other aspects, because if you watch Loki, when he go to pick up Mobius, he like, man, I don't want to leave my kids. And then he double back and flip it, and he showed Mobius with his kids. Like, it's so deep that you can't even realize, like, you got other kids in other timelines. It's women who don't have kids in this timeline, got kids in other timelines. It's men that don't got no hoes in this timeline. Dick dry as hell, phone dry as hell. Bitches look at them and be like, ew, you look disgusting. In this timeline, Mac Daddy Supreme in another timeline. So one would say, damn, how do I get the hoes? In this timeline, you meditate and tune into your Mac Daddy Supreme on Earth fucking 562B, motherfucker. Watch some Marvel comics, bro. What the hell? They are showing you how this shit works, bro. They are showing you how this shit works, bro. I had to get in a bed to get this shit, bro. Like, you can be a fucking movie star, bro. What the hell? In this timeline. Niggas will think negatively about themselves in this timeline, not realizing that it's other timelines. Like, this is how it works, too. I'm going to show you how it works, too. You can go into the past. I'm going to go to sleep on that, bro. I'm going to sleep, bro. Good night. Good night, y'all. You can go to past variants of yourself. Tune in, tap into past variants of yourself. Give yourself new knowledge. Listen to this. Imagine you realize that being a hoe wasn't the way to go. You can go to your past self, tell your past self, I know you want to fucking suck a dick right now. I know you want to suck this dick, but don't, girl. It ain't worth it. Dicks just start piling up. They all start to look the same after a while, bitch. It's not the way to fucking go. Listen, we going to put the dick down. We going to pick up some books. We going to read these books, bitch. We going to get smart. We going to become a fucking millionaire. We is not about to be just out here sucking dick 24/7. Hell no, bitch. Listen, this is not the way to do. We not about to do this. Boom. Meditate on that shit. Wake up. Listen, I was a dumbass my whole life, bro. I would start school. I might have get like a C if I try hard. If I tried my hardest, bro, I would get a C. I would go to my past self like, bro, I would want to be a genius. I would want to be so smart, though, too. I'm sure it's another aspect of me that's a fucking doctorate, PhD nigga, bro. Like the one dude, and I'm low-key, A.D. Wong. He was writing science fiction books. But then he said he had a side hustle as a Caltech rocket scientist professor or some weird shit like that. His office was a fucking jet propulsion lab. Like, but he was like the creator of the TVA, the place where Loki was able to time travel back and forth. You might say, I'm a stupid ass motherfucker. Maybe in this timeline, you are correct, but it's an aspect of yourself that's a fucking genius. It's an aspect of yourself that's a ballerina, that's a fucking artist, that's a fucking magistrate at a fucking courthouse saying, order, order. Yeah, you, motherfucker. Yeah, you, fucking Judge Dredd looking ass boy. But you're in one timeline, and this timeline is the master timeline that's able to tap into the other timelines. The only thing with the other timelines is that they are unaware of the other timelines. You have an opportunity to go to your past self, future self, alternate realities, universes. The only thing between my mouth and your understanding is your personal limitations of who you are in this present moment. If you could begin to conceive the things that I'm uttering, you will begin to obtain the things that I'm actually speaking to. You already do it. You just not understanding the hows, whats, whens, or wheres and things of that nature. The present moment is where it's at. The opportunity to jump and to flip into different things through ritual, through meditation, through witchcraft and sorcery, things of that nature allows you to say, in this timeline, I'm poor. I need to tap into my rich nigga timeline. One's in the chat. One's in the chat if you need to tap into the rich nigga part of you. Hey. Hey. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Hey, I got to get into the rich version of myself. What the fuck? The wealthy part. What the wealthy me. What the What the hell? Hey, look at yourself in that fucking office. Look at yourself in that office. God damn it. Mr. Anthony will see you now. Mr. Anthony will see you now. Nigga, imagine that suit that you wearing right now at this moment. Right now, you probably at the Piggly Wiggly talking about, we don't got no more cups, right? That's just one timeline. Imagine yourself, hair slicked back. However the fuck your hair is, right? You groomed and shit. Hygiene together, nigga. You got $50,000 suit on because it's what? Sunday? It's church day somewhere. You looking good. Mr. Anthony will see you now. Mrs. Thompson will see you now. Hey, with a Wall Street energy. Slick back energy. It's like, hey, what we doing tonight? Coke? What we doing tonight? I don't know, nigga. We about to be like Tony Montana tonight, niggas. One of these timelines, you know you doing some drugs. Not this one though. Not this timeline. One of them timelines. Your ass getting high as hell. No, man. Watch that Loki shit, man. Give y'all eye shades. Light a candle for Brother Panic, man. I'm just like, I had a headache, bro. Super bad. I know I had to do a live, but I couldn't catch the right vibe. I didn't put a bullet point. That shit wasn't working. Wasn't nothing working. I said, I gotta get in the bed. Shout out to my nigga Panic, man. I shade to him, bro. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all on the flip side. I'm about to, guess I can start my day now. Shit. All right, y'all. Have a good one, y'all.